I'm Whitney Stevens, and I'm going to make a one-pot plant-strong meal in the next 3 minutes. So let's get started. So to start off, I have some water getting warmed up in this saucepan, and I just covered the bottom and turned it on medium-high heat, and we're just going to let that heat up. And I'm going to go ahead and slice this onion. So this is half of a red onion. You could use a white onion as well. And what we're going to do is pull back the top and slice through horizontally, and then make little slices just like that. And then we're going to have nice chopped onion, just like that. And we'll go ahead and throw that into the pan and let the onions start sauteing while we cut up the other vegetables. So we used water instead of oil to saute these onions. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the herbs in so that we can get the flavor in the onions. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of each of these herbs. Have thyme, sprinkle that in, and cumin, and dill, and paprika, and oregano. And if you have any of these fresh herbs in your garden, that would be excellent to use as well. And then we're going to put a little bit of black pepper, a few grains of that, and give it a little stir. And then just let it do its thing. If it needs a little bit more water at any time, give it a little bit so it doesn't stick. And then we'll go ahead and start getting the other ingredients ready. So the sweet potatoes, I used 1 large sweet potato, and I chunked those, and they're already prepared. And then the tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes, you can just cut them and then go ahead, cut them in half, and then I'm going to cut them 2 other times so that they're nice and small. If you have the round cherry tomato, you can just quarter that. And we have those all ready. And then we can go ahead and dump these into the pan. And then 1 cup of lentils. I already rinsed those. That can go ahead and go into the pan as well. And then we're just going to cover this with water. Just make sure that all of the potatoes and everything are down in there so that it can cook evenly throughout. And what we're going to do is let it get to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this. And in the meantime, I'm going to get the greens ready. So I chose collard greens, great source of calcium. You could do kale or spinach, any of those would work. And so what we're going to do is tear them along the stem, just like this, and then tear it into bite-sized pieces and put it in a salad spinner, just like that. And then we're going to set this aside and add it in the last 2 to 3 minutes of cooking so that we can cook the greens down a little bit because it's a little bit thick, but we don't want to cook them to death. We want to preserve some of the nutrients in it. So we're going to set those aside and put them in at the very end. And then I'm going to top it with dulse, which is a nice seasoning. It's also really nutrient dense with a lot of iron and potassium. And then the final product looks like this, and it can be eaten right away. It's a great leftover. I usually make it and have it throughout the week. So enjoy. Thank you.